we haven't yet this season had a chance to talk about the EARLHAM men's and women's tennis programs, and Justin Rose kind enough to be with us to update us. And I know when you came in the room earlier, you said it's been about a year when you were hired. We haven't had a chance really to talk very much. Things are going pretty well.
Yeah, very well. I think it's February 15th is the last time we sat.
Yeah.
My first day at EARLHAM last
That's
year.
right. Yeah. So it's been quite a while. All right, give us an update from a standpoint, and I'm going to have you hold that up a little bit higher so we'll make sure you hear everything you have to say. Give us an update. Your men's season is next, so let's start with the men, and then we'll talk a little bit about the women a little bit later. But from a men's standpoint, things are going pretty well.
Yeah, very well. I am very optimistic and very excited to start for our season. That's 2.5 weeks away.
Wow. Yeah.
We've been putting a lot of work in the off season. Guys are in great condition. They've been playing, a lot of tennis, so I'm expecting big things this year.
All right, let's drop some names because I know people are going to be excited about these players.
Yeah, so we return a sophomore. His name's Vitaly Stadnik. Last year, he was the Conference Player of the Year, Freshman of the Year, and actually ended the year ranked in the top 20 in the whole Midwest region.
Wow.
So we're expecting big things out of him. He's gained a little bit of muscle. He's hitting harder than he's ever hit before. We return everybody from last year.
Yeah.
And we're adding 2 new guys this year that are going to step right into our starting lineup. So
Good.
we have 1 through 6 that are very close in talent-wise and almost interchangeable in our lineup.
Wow.
So we're playing a tough schedule this year. A lot of teams that are regionally ranked, a lot of teams that are going to push us to try and make us a better team to get us ready for hopefully our conference tournament and our goal is the NCAA tournament.
Yeah,
so
you bet.
That's kind of NCAA's or bust this year. That's our goal.
Yeah, well, I don't blame you a bit. Now let me ask you, from a year ago to now, did you expect that you would, and I knew you came in with some pretty high expectations because there's been success with the men's program, but now there was a little bit of pressure on you. Did you expect you were going to keep it going this way?
Oh, I mean, flashback to last season. We had won 4 conference championships in a row, and last year was the first year in 5 years that we did not win a conference championship. Yeah. So, our expectations are to compete for a conference championship.
Yeah, you bet.
So that was a little bit of a letdown for us, and I think that has fueled our men and have driven them throughout the whole entire offseason because they do not want that to happen again.
Yeah, you bet.
So, you're completely right. There's a lot of pressure coaching here because that has been the norm over the past recent years. So that's the goal, is to get back, and they understand that pressure, and it's my job to kind of take that off them and just let them play tennis and get them focused and ready to get their eyes on the prize.
You bet. All right, Coach, recruiting too is so big because bottom line is players want to play with a good coach. They want to play with an excellent program. How has the recruiting gone?
Yeah, that's one of the parts of this job that I absolutely love. Being able to sit down with a student athlete and his family and talk about the EARLHAM experience and how EARLHAM tennis and an EARLHAM education can be the complete package.
Sure.
We've had a lot of phenomenal tennis players visit our campus.
Good.
A lot of phenomenal tennis players express interest, and I think this could be one of the best classes EARLHAM has brought in a long time, not only because we've relied primarily on our international tennis players that give us a very good advantage, but we have a lot of highly ranked tennis players from around the country that have visited EARLHAM on their own dime, and they're taking EARLHAM seriously. So I think it's going very well, and I'm excited we could be building something here.
Now, so the way I'm taking here, Coach, you can just kind of sit back, roll the ball out a little bit, huh?
Well, I think the one thing to not get in the habit of is complacency.
Right.
It'd be easy to just say, hey, y'all are phenomenal tennis players. Go hit the balls.
Yeah.
But that's why I guess I get paid the big bucks, right?
That's right.
It's my job to get them ready, understand the strategy that comes with playing highly competitive tennis, and preparing them to play a hard schedule, and beat other highly ranked tennis players.
Yeah. Well, I was just kind of kidding with you. You know as well. I've known you long enough now. That's not going to happen. Just roll the ball out. One thing. What do you do in the off season to really make sure that when this season rolls around, they're ready to go?
Yeah. Well, I got to throw my lone senior, Jack Ventura, Cruz from California. He has done an amazing job of preparing our guys for the season.
You bet.
He ran our off-season practices in the fall when I was with our women's team. Our guys have been in the weight room. We've had guys, these freshmen and sophomores, they've transformed their bodies. They're eating right. They followed our strength and conditioning plan, which they had never been on before.
Right.
So they got in the weight room. They dropped a little bit of baby fat.
Yeah.
They added muscle.
Good.
And that's added on. You have to be well conditioned to be able to play 2 or 3 matches in 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, that's right.
And they're in the best shape that they've ever been in. And it goes back to Jack. It's his last year here.
Yeah.
All his first 2 years at Earlham, he went out as a conference champion. NCAA tournament last year, he didn't have that, and he wants to go out on a high note. So he's done a great job at preparing our guys for that. So I can say, hey, make sure you guys are doing this, and Jack is there making sure everything's getting done. His maturity level has gone up so much in the past year since I've been here.
Good.
It's been a really great development to see.
Almost like having another coach, isn't it?
Absolutely, and he's talked to me. I think that's a good next step for him.
Yeah.
I could absolutely see him getting into coaching after he leaves Earlham.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, now listen, we also need to talk about academics because you have a lot to brag about there as well, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. So, we had a small roster list here, 6 guys, and 4 out of our 6 men were ITA scholars.
Great.
Our team GPA was already good.
Yeah.
But, we've been doing a lot of study tables. I've been using my academic advising experience that I had before I came down here, helping them get focused, and we've raised our team GPA almost a half a point.
That's great.
So we have a lot of guys who are getting the job done in the classroom. And as a coach, wins and losses are great. We play tennis in college because we love the game.
Yeah.
However, getting the job done in the classroom is the most important part.
Yeah.
I want to be able to prepare our men for life after college
You
so
bet.
they can go out and be successful. And the traits that they are developing here are the traits that is going to make them successful when they go out and get that full-time job. So I've been very happy with the work they've been doing in the classroom.
That is fantastic. Yeah. All right, let's sprinkle in the women just a little bit here, but that's still a ways down the road. But it appears you're starting to get them back on the right direction too.
Absolutely. I'm excited for the spring. We have, workouts that we're doing. I have players that are working with me, strength and conditioning wise, working on court conditioning, working on kind of that tennis strategy, and they're in here on their own, kind of doing it. They caught a glimpse of what they could become last season. If we flash back to the fall, wins and losses probably weren't the most successful, but did we improve from day one to the last day? Absolutely.
Good.
I saw a brand new tennis team during our last match, and we had, we won a couple of games in our last match against Thomas More, and we were competitive. We were right there trying to win.
Yeah.
So our girls have really, they've caught the bug, is what I like to call it.
Yeah.
They know that, okay, we got something cooking here, and I think other people are starting to see that as well.
That is fantastic. Well, when that season gets closer, we're definitely going to talk about that because Justin has a lot of players, sounds like, going to be making a little bit of noise here pretty soon coming in, huh?
I think we're going to have a very large recruiting class. Already got a couple of girls confirmed that can help provide us depth immediately and push our girls to become better tennis players.
That is fantastic.
I think Earlham tennis as a whole, the future is very bright.
Yeah. All right, now, before I let you go, though, we want to know when will we see your first match and chance to come and watch you guys play?
Yeah, so, we're playing a very large schedule. This is probably the largest schedule that Earlham tennis has had over the past 4 or 5 years. Yeah. We're playing teams from all around the Midwest, regionally ranked teams. We're traveling to Florida, and playing a couple of nationally ranked teams down in Florida.
Good
as
for
well.
you.
So, I think that philosophy, any competitor is going to say, if you want to be the best, you have to play the best and beat the best. And we're setting ourselves up for that right now. But it all starts February 12th. It's a Friday night. We got a matchup against Otterbein University, or Otterbein, I think it's Otterbein University.
Yeah.
Friday night in Dayton, Ohio at Dayton Center Courts. And we play our first couple of matches there. We play there on that Friday, and then we have a week, and then we're taking on Baldwin Wallace and Wittenberg in a tri-match at Dayton Center, and those are 2 schools, private schools from Ohio. Baldwin Wallace has had a lot of success. Wittenberg is similar to Earlham. They're on the up and up right now.
Yeah.
So we're going to be challenged immediately, but we're going to go out and we're going to have some fun on the tennis courts.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Coach, good to see you again. And
Hey.
so be strangers this time. We're going to get him back on a little bit more. And
Less than a year, yeah?
Yeah, let's make it less than a year.
That idea.
But we gave you time to build it all up, so then we have plenty to talk about.
I
That's
appreciate
for sure.
it. Well,
So,
at least not the first day now where I'm not kind of that deer in the headlights.
that's right.
Like,
Yeah, now you know what's going on, don't you?
Yeah,
So it sounds like
absolutely.
everything's going well. So
Wonderful.
We'll talk to you soon, okay?
Thank you, Troy.
And I want to remind everybody, keep up on the Earlham tennis program throughout the entire season on GoEarlham.com, and Mitch will keep you updated as well. He's Sports Information Director, and we'll also keep you updated right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.